Hi, it's Father Jeremiah from Grace Anglican Church here right now, and I haven't uploaded a video in a while with everything that's been going on with the coronavirus, but today I thought that following the lead of a fellow pastor that I would come in and make a video kind of looking at what our live stream setup looks like right now, since because of the coronavirus we are not currently meeting in our chapel where we normally meet. We are staying home right now, and I'm coming in on Sundays and on Fridays and recording morning prayer, one of our services from the Book of Common Prayer that is focused on scripture reading and prayers and has a spot for a sermon. So I've been doing that on Sunday mornings with the sermon, and on Fridays just doing the scripture readings and the various prayers involved. But with all things, it requires some technical things going on, and right now everything I've been recording has been using my iPhone and my iPad. It's pretty cool that you can do videos like that, live streaming, especially with just an iPad and an iPhone. I've been streaming to both YouTube and on Facebook. So we have two streams going up, which requires having two devices, and that makes for a lot of confusion in trying to get everything working right. Over the course of this time, I've changed up how I've been doing things. One of the ways that I was originally doing it was I had these two stands here, one for my iPhone, I should say, this little red tripod, and then this silver stand for my iPad, and those worked all right. I never really was comfortable with that because of this big old stack of books to get them up high enough, because I didn't have a proper tripod at the time. Then on Easter Sunday, both my iPad and my iPhone fell down right in the middle of the service. So that was quite embarrassing. Thankfully, it was easy to recover and get them all set back up properly and easily and continue with the service. It was during the scripture readings. So I was able just to pick right back up with the scripture I was reading and continue forward. But because that happened, one of my parishioners stopped by after that and gave me this tripod. So now I have a tripod that I can use, and I bought this handy clamp to hold it on there, to hold my iPhone and get it nice and centered and balanced, and that's been great to use. And then for the other device I've been using, my iPad, it was on that one iPad stand, and that was not working out very well. It's actually what fell. The iPad fell off and it knocked my phone over. And finally I was able to take this one stand that some friends of mine from our church here gave me a while back, and clamp it onto the chair here and run the arm up and get the iPad nice and set up so that it works quite well that way. And you can see how it's fairly well centered. You can see the altar and the lectern pulpit, our banner in the background there. And so that's how that's working right now, doing all of that and getting it nice and set up so that when I come in on Sunday morning, I just set my cameras up and hook my mics up to them. Right now, I picked up this handy dandy Rode wireless mic that just clips right on and then plugs into my phone or device, whichever one I'm using, and it records quite well, gives me good voice quality. I use it for the YouTube stream. That makes more sense for me. YouTube has better video quality for everything, and so I send this over to YouTube, this mic. And then my other mic is, if you watch our other videos, is that familiar golden mic. I've set it up here and at the front of the church, and I've now kind of moved it down to the ground on a little stool. That seems to be a little bit better position than just sitting on the chairs. It brings it a couple feet closer to where I'm usually standing. I'll stand right here in the middle of the front of the altar when I'm reading, when I'm doing the prayers or the opening part of morning prayer, and then I'll stand behind the lectern pulpit to read the scriptures and to preach. And so that's kind of my setup. Works fairly well. Sound quality is decent. It gets out there so that people can hear it and watch and enjoy and listen and be led in worship. Our live streams happen on Friday morning at about 10:05, and then Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I start those, and I hope that you can join us in that we can lead you in worship, that I can help lead you nearer to God Our worship during these live streams is not quite corporate worship in the fullest sense of the word, but it's pretty close to it in relation to the fact that Christians all over the world use morning prayer daily. They've been using it for over 1,500 years. Many of the words are the exact same as they were 1,500 years ago. And there's a sense of corporateness. Everything is in the plural, so that we're reminded that we are never alone in our prayers and our worship. There is, I think, much good in that, to always remember that my worship is never individual, even if I am by myself, that I am connected to the greater church always because I am united to Christ. And so our live streams are a supplement to our regular gathering, which I hope we'll be able to return to soon. And so until then, blessings to you.